Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. We're here with a new conference after beating the Vichy French out of Lebanon and Syria, taking Iraq. Let's get Desert Air Force and yeah, I mean these are pretty good. Probably don't need them for Crusader. Question is, we get them back. Let's first look at upgrades. So we have one mission, which is Crusader. We'll have 13th and 30th Corps. Not that big of a fan actually of Supply Dump. I shouldn't have bought it for that corps either. Yeah, let's actually go for 12 here. And I mean, I already upgraded this to the max. Don't need East Africa and Sudan. But the question is, am I gonna give this one up for a QE class? BB. Yeah, let's go. It's probably worth the 45. Anyway, it's November 18th, 1941. After the failure of Operation Battle Axe, a 4-month stalemate settled over the Western Desert. Middle East Command underwent a change in leadership while both sides brought in what reinforcements they could muster. The British were more successful, having secured to the Middle East and East Africa. Most forces from these theaters could be sent to the newly formed 8th Army in the desert. By November, 8th Army had sufficient forces to make another attempt at relieving Tobruk, this time with much better prospects. Indeed, I think they do. See how that goes. Finally, we've managed to assemble a force that is actually capable of reaching Tobruk. You outnumber the Axis forces in all categories of arms, and this time so you also have ample infantry to support your drive. Furthermore, South African reserves will be arriving to support the inevitable breakthrough. Your orders are to aim for Tobruk, then keep going if at all possible. Don't let your mobile formations get bogged down in positional battles. That's what your infantry is for. Ooh, I don't like that. Taking City Rizeh, turn 4, with these guys right next to it, does not look like a fancy thing to do. Ah, shit. Interesting. I wonder if I can use these units that are not coming back. Move back in, reinforce Tobruk, and move the other forces in a suicide charge to take care of the supplies on this side. 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't cut it all off. 1, 2, 3. But then they'd compound in 2 most like. We'll see. Okay, anyway, Gazala turn 8, Bardia turn 9. Alfaya passes 6, so we can actually lose that for a bit. Bir Hakeim, 7 and holds, Diocese is 5, and Sidi Omar 6. Ain't coming back, eh? Except for this. I see. Both of these back, you're gonna be here 3 turns. Let's take that. And those. Alright, they're from different core. So both these are pretty much as powerful as they can be. I'll give him that step, I think. Also, think better have a more have one more powerful support brigade, and then these guys are elite, fair enough, but I don't have anything more to support it. Yeah, it's a shame these Indian brigades, they're just straight up not coming back, and that's just why I think it might be a waste to spend that prestige. I think if I give up the Alfaya pass, the enemy will put a unit in there, most like. And if I can cut that area off, that'll be okay. Taking Solemn at that point would be important. Not gonna lie. However, I would also need to go around. The problem is Sidi Rezeh. I want to see how far the core can reach. Because that far. Then what I can do is I will have, I want to have a marginally weak unit like these do it too, and then they are already not getting supply. Why are you? Why are you not in supply though? I don't have these access. Fair enough. So, as for Discord, they need to do something similar. So they are part of 13th. I'll move from here. And I'll put them on rear guard. You in here, also rear guard. How's the supplies now? Good enough. I think they're somewhat less likely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can attack up till here. So moving them there is fine. They will not be in supply, I think. I can use a card actually. I'm quite likely to use most, if not all, of my cards here, I think. Well, they're right next to the Hellfire Pass, so I think I put on them. Let's see. Yeah. Haha. Ah, snap. Interesting. Let's start with that. This is an 8, this is a 6. The thing is that as for the artillery, I'm not getting it back. I know that they'll be here for 2 turns, but... Both of those will at least be losing their oversupply. Meaning they won't necessarily get their steps back. Okay. Supplies are back, and now need to make sure they are in supply. Is that here? Yes, it is. But it'd likely get attacked by this unit. Interestingly, they have a unit like that there. Now, the main problem is if the Afrika Korps HQ goes into Solemn, because then it'll be able to resupply both these two on a whim. One, two, three. Right, I think it's a gamble I should be taking. It's a bit of a weird gamble here. Oh wow, you cannot get into this hex. Now all of them will lose their extra oversupply this turn. And these will all likely die. But I suppose this will be a pretty important way to deal with also taking Sidi Rezegh. Now, some of these units are clearly just bait. No, they'd lose the other part of logistics too. Let's see. That's fine. I mean, we knew that was going to be sacrificed. Interesting the way this works. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Their supplies are back because of this one. Clearly. The reason why I want that is indeed I need to grab that. Let's see if I can do it now. Yes. Let's do recon. The important thing here is to keep the Afrika Korps HQ out of supply, so they cannot resupply both 15th and 21st Panzer. Really? I see. So they need to go back for resupplying. I'm actually a bit surprised at the Halfaya Pass. I think that's the rear guard sign, so yeah, I even see it. That Means I can just get a free suppression in there. Right, I need to cut off everything else so I can hold on to Sidi Rezech. And this is a fortress. Well, I can move here and then there. One next to it. No. Ah, fuck me. Okay, you can do it. Okay, so basically the reason is I need this part cut off. Anything else doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it matters, but... Okay, so the only one that can attack after this is 21st Panzer. One more turn. And... Alright, so 30th Corps and 13th. 13th cannot use feint attack. My worst fare is mostly their to take city as these by turn 5 too. Basically I feel like that might be the only way I can bait them. But it's unlikely to work through anyway. Yeah, that's... Ha. So far, so good. None of the enemy units should be able to attack. So now I need to focus on getting my things on time. Do they get it from all three of those? They'll be out of supply for 2 turns, which is reasonable, but the biggest worry I have right now is still 21st Panzer. If it goes down here and cuts all of this off, that will be again a problem. Certainly I need to resupply you. From here it's 011, 013. What time do I have to take us all out? Turn 8. So next turn is turn 5. I cannot cut them off on turn 5 then. But Bir Rahim is also a turn 7. For all intents and purposes, it kind of means I have to go through to cut everything off. I thought they'd allow me to get in there, but then suddenly they don't. That sucks. Even worse here because Birahim is a 7. Alright, well. Let's do that. I wonder if... Yeah, it sounds terrible. But I really don't want these two to attack. And making sure that they cannot use their artillery or any of their special abilities. I think will be quite necessary. As I talked about, City Aziz is going to be next, so I need to get close to it with my units. Berachim is going to be cut off for 7 on time. Technically capable of moving them all the way there, but nothing else, so at that point I'd be in trouble. They have no good attacks on any of those places. I want to start building up the supply at Tobruk, which means that this one is going to need to go down. Salem itself for us is not an airfield. So we cannot use it. Right, but I cannot leave the core there. I'll put it here. It will be out of supply, but then I can start getting supplies up there. They didn't retake any trucks, so they'll be out of supply. Okay. Sweet. Rather do that, since they'll stay in supply. Start booting up that supply dump now. And if they want to keep pumping new units into the Hellfire Pass, which I guess they can do, they can be my guest. That was a disaster. However, City Omar will have to get taken. Next turn. But with these guys being out of supply for 3 turns, that should work quite well either way. And then next turn I also need to retake the Hellfire Pass, but the only unit that they could potentially have would be these, which would then be out of supply for 2 turns. I can see myself holding that. Wow. It's fairly disappointing that. Going to 1 is fine. As long as you have control over those units. So they can resupply. I want these to go back as much as possible. They'll be out of supply for 2 turns, and that's gonna be a problem. So I need to link up. Thank God for that. Okay, turn 6. They did not take the Hellfire Pass. Interesting. Upgrade the core, eh? As long as these are 5s, I'm fine with it. City Omar is a specialist step. Cannot attack across escarpments. Huh. Funny that. $50. They have nothing that can attack, but I definitely do want to put at least something in there. They'll be out of supply for 3 turns. That's okay. The 30th Corps can definitely benefit. So I need to fight my way at least to this unit for now, and since the AI does not get any supplies, their situation will not improve. Okay, that was the easiest way to get there. 30th Corps cannot resupply since the only thing they have currently is operations. I need to fight my way towards Birahim. Let's take that. They have no units that can attack though. Now, you do need to stay in that area. They could technically move back over there. Be happy to destroy their units too, though. Definitely need to hold City Rizek. I don't think they can get there, but for this turn I want to hold it. The next turn I could take Birakim. Kasala is turn 8. Given the supply situation, that's fine. Supplies are like this now, which is pretty good. It also means I can move 15th Corps up. Once I take Bardia, because Fort Capuzzo is in the way, so if I take Bardia now, I can keep moving. They only have the tank that needs to stay there in this unit. I can deploy some South African. They're a bit late. I'm not gonna strip them of their specialist steps. I don't think it's necessary for this game. I should have moved them. I wonder if that's empty now. It's kind of weird. Okay, Birakimides. Birakim is also a hold objective. That wasn't even that good. Bardia's turn 8, I think. 9 even. Huh. None of these guys can get in there. fine though. Plenty of time. So, I'll deal with that on the next turn. Just get these guys moving a little bit forward. Okay. There. There. And then there. Why would I risk an 0-3? In all honesty. When they cannot move anyway. They have nothing with which to retake Sidi Lezek either, so I'll just do this to block them. And the next turn is just mopping up and then I'll be done. Wasn't a pretty mission, but it got the job done. So I can't complain, I guess. I also use my saturation strike on that one unit there for no reason. I was kind of forgetting that the units get out of supply at the start of the turn instead of at the end. So I thought that that unit could still attack, whereas it didn't. And that's kind of the mistake that I made there. Yeah, so I did lose that. But we'll manage. And that's it. Let's end the scenario. Got all the objectives. The 11th Crusade. Win the Crusader scenario. Operation Crusader saw the first large-scale employment of the new British Crusader tanks. Although an improvement over previous British cruiser tank models, it was not a game-changing weapon. The 10th and final crusade in the Middle East occurred in October 1365 and was led by Peter I of Cyprus. It is also referred to as the Sack of Alexandria. Ultimately, didn't lose that much. I mostly lost units around Tobruk on that, sacrifice breakout to encircle the German and Italian forces, which worked wonders. Right, I'm gonna wrap things up though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. See you then. Bye bye.